we're gonna do a very brief, very quick video. Like, I imagine this is gonna be like 4 minutes. A huge disclaimer, before I start this video, I'm going to be reviewing 5 books in this series called the Mind series, the mindf word series, and this is a morally gray book series. It's kind of one of those books that make you philosophically question what is right and maybe even defy what laws or society tells you based on things that occur. There are heavy trigger warnings and triggering content in the book. It's about a girl who very bad things happen to her, and then she makes it like a mission to be basically like a ninja assassin. Not really a ninja, but she makes a point to go after every single person who did something bad to her and kill them or unalive them. I don't know like what I can say on YouTube, and then she ends up falling for the PI that is basically on her case, the FBI guy on her case. This book does talk about a very gratuitous gang R-word scene. As someone who has been essayed before, this is a heavy topic. There are heavy topics throughout the book, and they can get kind of graphic, incredibly graphic actually. So I do want to warn you, if you don't have the stomach for that, then this is not the book for you, and I want to tell you that up front. She also goes after kind of a friend of hers, but not really a friend of hers. Had a run-in with a pedophile at one point, and I don't know if I can say the word kill on here, I don't know. She unalives him, but then they go into discovering that he had a lot of victims, so that's also another part of the book that can be incredibly triggering. Now, basically, the 5 books are following this girl, and you're rooting for the anti-hero because, again, really bad things happen to her, and the people who did them to her are trash, and so it does put you in a headspace of what's right, what's wrong. But with that being said, not everyone is going to like this book series or stomach it, and so just keep that in mind before I go into talking about it. And if you already are put off by this, then this is not the video for you, and I will see you next week. But anyways, so with that being said, let's get on to this book series. Originally I rated it 5 stars on Goodreads, but then I just changed it all to 4 stars because, again, just so much heavy triggering content, and I could see how it's morally gray, so it just feels wrong to rate it 5 stars, even though I read all 5 books in one day. Okay, so this is the series, and I will put this up here as well. Yeah, so let me read the description. This book is by St. Abbey. It's 5 books. They're all very short though, you can read. I read all 5 in one day. I have not been on my best book game, so trust me, you can do it if you wanted to. It follows Lana, a girl who, I just kind of mentioned in the disclaimer, went through a lot of tragedy and decided to basically take it 10 years to become a crazy assassin who can take on anyone, and then chooses to go after the people who did bad things to her. However, she is resulting in their untimely unaliving, and then of course there's an FBI private investigator, private detective. I don't know what his official title is, but it's in that realm of thing. And he sees her at a coffee shop. She's beautiful.
I found this on the web.
Oh my god, Siri, stop. Anyways, he approaches her at a coffee shop randomly and just thinks that she's beautiful and wants to hit on her basically. And for some reason she gives him a chance, and they hit it off despite the fact that she's going out and unaliving people from her past, and he's totally not knowledgeable about that and super morally kind of high ground kind of person. But then throughout the book series you see that a lot of higher up guys and detectives and police force are corrupt. Go figure. And so then he kind of starts going through his own moral reevaluation of what's right, who's right, and who's wrong. Because basically just because someone has a badge doesn't mean that they're right, and just because someone doesn't mean that they're wrong. And then there's also it was really cool for the perspective of learning that people can legally kill people or unalive people, but when they're on the clock, that's okay. But if they're not on the clock, then it's bad. It's weird to kind of have things put into perspective that way. And yeah, there was really nice romance. Honestly, I wasn't really here for the romance as much as I was here for all the murder mystery intrigue, because then there's all this other killer that's on the loose, because the guy, that's what he does for a living, is go after serial killers. And then she is kind of helping him deal with who might have done things to other people, because she's kind of the person that steals from the rich and gives to the poor. She's kind of that kind of person. Even though she does bad things to bad people. So I don't know, it's just a really crazy roller coaster. It's like a murder mystery kind of novel, but there's a lot of romance and sexy scenes as well. So I just love that. I don't know, it's one of the better smutty books, I guess, or like just erotic books. I don't even think it was that erotic. Like, it was more just they had a romance and then all this stuff was happening around them. But I will say the series was done very nicely, and even though their topics are extreme and you really do have to have the stomach to read this, I enjoyed it. I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it as much as I did. I thought I was gonna probably do like a 2-3 star review, like how I felt when I read like a lot of Penelope Douglas books, no offense to her. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. So that's just hopping on here to tell you guys about that, and do with that what you will. All my links are down below, and I will see you in next week's video.